So we are going to start on room tone right now. I'm going to start on this first shot right here, and we're going to start on room tone. And I brought up a couple we can go over to my search engine here, and I'm going to type in specifically room tone. I do have a couple room tone items that I found here. I'm going to single click on one of these and press play. And that's pretty quiet there, but this is some very quiet room tone, and we can crank this up and get it louder, of course. And here's another one right here. This one is much louder. And I think maybe that second one is going to fit the space of this room. The other one is probably going to be like a smaller bedroom or something like that, since it's more subtle. So now I want to grab this louder noise here, and I want to slap it down on here. And what you can do in Fairlight here, this is going to be, Fairlight I'm finding is more of a drag and drop audio mixer than it is like a video editor where you're doing like an insert edit or assembly edit down inside the timeline here. And it's mostly so you can assign it to the proper tracks really easily here. So what we're going to do here is you can just grab this entire file and drag the whole thing onto the timeline here, and I'm going to go up to audio track 1 and drop it there. I'm going to make sure that's all the way over to the left-hand side there. I've dropped it onto that first audio track there. I'm going to home and go to the beginning and play. And now we've got this ambient noise that is a bit loud. We will adjust that later. But you can also do this as well. If you just want to grab a portion of this, you can actually use in and out points as well. So I'm going to undo that, hit Command Z and undo that. And now I'm going to go up here and we're going to go to the beginning here. And sometimes the audio files that you grab might have a fade in at the beginning. So I'm going to grab this little bar right there and drag it to the left. And this one does not fade in. It just has that cut straight into the audio, which is what I prefer. Because I like to do my own fading in and out. And I'm going to hit I for endpoint. If you want to bring a portion of this, I moved into it a little bit just so I have a clean entrance here. And I hit I for endpoint. And if I just want to grab a portion of this to save some cutting on the timeline, I can play with my spacebar. Stop it. That's what I'm guessing I'm going to have. It probably needs to be longer than that, but I'm going to hit over out point, and I've got a portion of this audio. You can see your in point and out point up here. This is the duration of the entire audio clip right there, but that's my in point and out point right there. In Fairlight, it's very similar to the editing on the timeline, where if you want to jump to your in point or out point up here, you can hit Shift I or Shift O, and that will jump to in point and out point on your audio. So now you just reach up here in the visual part of the audio, and you can just grab this, click and drag it down into your timeline, and it just brings that in and out point into your timeline. I'm going to give it right there to the very beginning, and I'm going to play through this. And that's not going to be long enough there, but so what I'm going to do is get it to the end of this clip here. I want it lasting throughout this entire scene until it cuts outside. So I'm going to press play, and right there it cuts outside, and you go through this frame by frame. I'm going to arrow to the left here, and we're going to go frame backwards, 1 frame at a time, and I'm going to land on the out point of the previous clip right here. That's the last frame right there of this edit. And if you arrow to the right, it's going to jump to this clip. If you arrow to the left, it'll jump back to here. And I want it to snap right to that. So I'm going to grab this and I'm going to drag it out. And right now it is not snapping to my playhead. So I want to get rid of that extra right there. I've got the playhead right where I need it. So what you can do is go up. Let's extend it a little bit more so you can kind of see what's happening here. I'm going to go up here and hit this little scissor tool, which is the razor blade. And that's the shortcut for that is Command B. So Command B as in blade, you do that and it cuts it right there, and I'm exactly on the ending frame of that clip. And I'm going to select this extra audio and delete it. Now I'm going to make this track a little bit bigger so we can kind of look at it a little bit more. I'm going to hit home and go to the beginning, and we're going to play through this. And by the way, this is a stereo file because it's got a left track and a right track. You can't see the audio waveforms on here too much because it's a very quiet file. So, but if it's loud enough, you're going to see some heavy waveforms, and we'll see that coming up here. But now what I want to do is I want it to fade in at the beginning. So as the video fades in, I want the audio to fade in. And this little tab right here is your fade in, and you can grab that and drag it over, and as long as you want it to fade in. Let's see how long the video fade in lasts. Right about there, so we can make it kind of match the video fade in right there. And now when we press play, it fades in, and then it plays through. We don't want this to fade out. We just want it to cut to the next shot. So we're going to cut to the next shot. We're going to add ambient noise for the next shot here. So right there. So we're going to cut to the next shot there. And I'm going to find some outside ambient noise. So I'm going to go up here and clear my search. So down here I've got three different clips for my outside ambient noise. I've got some park noise there, and I've got these two. It's park birds. I'm going to select that and listen. That might be a little bit overkill, so I'm going to go to the next one. A little bit of birds chirping in the background there, and then I also have some city streets. So I can type in city, and that should find my city streets there. And right there is my city streets from afar. And that sounds like a pretty good ambient noise right there. So I'm going to grab some of this. I'm going to go to the beginning, hit home. So I play through it. See, this one has a fade in, and I don't want that fade in. I want to create my own fade in. So I'm going to play. Stop right there. I'm going to hit I for endpoint. So if we go up here and grab the visual here and grab it and drag it down and drop it, if you're trying to eyeball this and land it, you might actually see how that's overlapping those frames right there. Might accidentally cut into the previous shot there. So what I can do here is I'm going to let go of that, do undo, get rid of it, and I'm going to go up here and turn on the snap tool. The snap tool, the shortcut is the letter N. So you can hit the letter N as in snap. So you hit that, and there it is. It's highlighted now. And now when I drag this down in, it will snap to, first of all, my playhead, or if you drag it a little further over, it'll snap right to the edge of this, and it will not overlap that even by a frame there. So now as you play through, you'll hear the ambient noise change from the internal ambient noise and then cut to the external audio noise. Now I'm going to cut this just so it lasts the right length here. I'm going to move into this shot here because this just this guy walking up to the building and then it cuts back to the inside. So play through that. Right there, I'm going to stop and I'm going to arrow over to the left. I'm just going to go one frame at a time and get right on the out point of this frame. You don't want to get on the in point of the next frame. You want to get right in the last frame of this clip's out point here. Right there, and I'm going to arrow to the left. Now I'm on the out point of that frame right now, right there. So now I can go up and hit the cut, or I can hit Command B for the blade, and it slices right through it. Select that clip there and delete. And now I have my ambient noise added to the timeline there. All right, so now that I've got my audio, I've got those two clips put in here. I would normally do this through my entire sequence here. I usually do all the ambient noise for the entire project, and then I'll go back and start doing it scene by scene. You can do it however you prefer. I know sound mixing are people who do it scene by scene, and some that do, they'll go through and clean up all the dialogue, then they'll go back through and adding ambient noise, and they'll do things kind of one layer at a time. With this being this short film, it's like a minute and a half. I could easily just do all the ambient noise throughout the entire track, and then come back and do all the sound effects and everything else. So, but let's get going here. I'm going to go to the end. One more thing I'm going to do is I've got the ambient noise here in the room that I've added, very subtle room tone, and then we've got this ambient noise from outside. And what you can do is I can even just grab this sound here, and I'm going to copy that. Hit Command C, and I'm going to paste it over here. And actually, this will show you when you grab your playhead, you drag this over, it will take that copied clip with the playhead like this little visual interface here, and I'm going to add it right to the end right there and do Command V and paste. I'm going to take off the fade in here because I don't want it to fade in. I just want it to cut right back to the classroom here, and I'm going to drag that over and drop it right there. And I've got my snap tool on, so it snapped right to the edge. So now when it cuts from the outside to the inside, you'll hear it cut back to the room tone ambience there. And once I've done that, I'm going to start mixing these levels so they sound very natural. With your speaker level calibrated, where the explosions sound loud, the music sounds loud, and then you can barely hear the subtle sounds, I'm ready to start adjusting this audio here to get it to a proper level. So I'm going to go home to the beginning, I'm going to press play, and I'm going to grab this. This is the volume, the gain for this clip here. If you drag that up or down, you notice the waveforms get larger and smaller as we turn it up or down. And I'm going to grab that and start dragging it up as I play it and listen to it and get it where it has a good natural level there. And maybe right about there sounds good to me. I might change my mind on that later when I'm listening to it with other sound effects, but that sounds pretty good right there. Now I'm going to play into the next clip and hear this ambient noise on this file, on this clip right here. And that's sounding okay there, maybe a little too loud, so I'm going to play into it, grab this and turn it down. Maybe right about there. Okay, so I've got that at the level where I think it sounds good, and I've got this at the level where I think it sounds good. So next I'm going to start layering some of these ambient noises, and I'm going to make a little bit more noise. We're going to have some of that subtle talking from outside, and I'm going to show you also how to use filters here. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to type in, I think it was the hallway ambient noise right there. Let's click on that one, press play and listen. Yeah, there we hear some talking outside. And this has already been kind of affected to sound like it's coming from a distance away. It doesn't sound really close. Let's go to this one here, and I'll show you what we can do with a filter. And that one sounds like it's a little bit closer, so it doesn't sound like it's going through a wall or anything, but we can kind of make it sound that way. I'm going to press play here at the beginning. There's a little bump at the beginning, so I'm going to go past that. I'm going to hit I for endpoint, and I'm going to grab that and drag it down, and we'll start the endpoint right there. Now I can hear those voices going. I'm going to go to the end here and cut that off because I wanted to end like right there. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get close to the edge here, and I'm going to arrow it back and forth and get on that clip's out point. And right there, I'm on that clip's out point. I'm going to grab my blade, which is Command B. So I'm going to select this clip here. I just wanted to cut that one and nothing else. So if you do a Command B, it's going to cut everything on the timeline here. And I'm going to select it and hit Command B, so it cuts that and nothing else. This already has a cut there, so it wouldn't do anything to that anyway. But you want to make sure that you're not cutting all your clips down on your timeline. So let's go to the beginning now, and now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to change the volume on this till it sounds nice and natural. So we got the beginning, and we'll do a fade in, same as we did up here. So fade in about the same distance of fade in. And I'm going to zoom out. By the way, zooming out, you can hold down Command and hit plus or minus at the top of your keyboard, and it will zoom in for Command plus and zoom out for Command minus. And then if you want to look at your entire timeline, it is Shift Z, and that will zoom out to show your entire timeline. And it's including this area over here because that's my video signal as well. So now I'm going to go to the beginning. I can hit the home key, start playing. And I can grab this and move this up as I'm up and down. Maybe right about there sounds kind of subtle, like it's coming from outside. But I want to make this sound a little bit more muffled, like it's coming through a wall here, because we've got just one open door, so it feels like it's kind of going through stuff before it gets into the end of the room here. And that's going to be a low pass. So low pass is going to play the lower frequencies on your clips here. So let's show you how to use a filter here. Here's your whole bag of filters right there under audio effects. So I'm going to go into the engine here, and I'm just going to type in pass and see what sort of passes we've got here. We've got a high pass and a low pass. I'm going to grab the low pass, grab it, and drop it right onto this clip right here. Now it's going to bring up this little screen right here. This is your editing window for that effect. And to change this effect here, we've got all of our higher frequencies up here and all our lower frequencies. I got rid of just a low pass. Will keep a bunch of the lower frequencies, but I'm going to change this. I'm going to turn this on to solo, and we're going to play this back until I get it to where it sounds kind of muffled. So I'm going to hit solo right here. It's going to play that track and nothing else. Right now I'm just hearing this track and nothing else. So move that out of the way here, get to the beginning, and I'm going to actually turn it up for right now. Right now I'm at negative 4.8 decibels is where I've set that. So I'm going to move this up just so I can hear it really well, and I'm going to hear what it's doing to it. I'm going to press play and grab this and drag it down, and you see how that starts to muffle it and just playing the lower frequencies. Maybe right about there. That sounds pretty good. It sounds kind of muffled, like it's going through the wall. If you want to hear this long enough to be able to mix that and it's running out of time, you can actually do this. I'm going to go to the close to the beginning. I don't want to hear the fade in. I'm going to do an in point I and an out point O, the letter O, and it's going to loop that. And then you go up here, and this is the loop. I'm going to turn the loop on, and when I play, when it gets to the end of this here, watch what it does. It jumps back to the beginning and starts playing it. And that way, you can start mixing this, and it will just keep looping over and over again. So here I can either change the volume, I'm going to keep it turned up, and I'm going to grab this bassy frequency here. And by the way, if you start moving and you hold down shift, it will keep it at that, lock it at that decibel range right there. Well, I like the loudness there, so I'm going to drag this around till it sounds like it's kind of muffled and coming from outside. Maybe right about there. Let's try that out and see how that sounds. I'm going to close that. And by the way, if you need to open that back up, you can select the clip. With the clip selected, you're going to go up here and you're going to click on effects. Right there, effects will bring that up and show you all the effects that you have. And right now I just have the low pass on there, and I have the numerical values that I've entered in from the graphical interface that was opened up. So I've looped it. I got that pretty good. Now I'm going to listen to this and get the volume where it needs to be. Oh, I've got this soloed, so I'm going to turn that off. And now it's now it's playing everything. So play. I'm turning it up. Maybe right about there sounds good. And now it sounds like voices that are talking from outside. And once again, you can set an in point, out point, and loop that if it keeps hitting the end. And that's good for the inside. Nothing's going on. Everybody's holding still, so there's not really any sound effects. There's just some people talking outside. And we've got room tone, and then the sound of the muffled people speaking from outside in the hallway there. So I've got these footsteps that are obviously happening. We'll add those here in a minute. We'll start adding sound effects, but I'm still going to work on ambient noise. Right here, we've got the city noise. If we wanted to add some birds in there, we could. Let's go over and see if we've got some park noises. We've got the city park noises. Let's hear that. There we go. Some subtle birds just singing there. So I'm going to grab that, drag it down inside the timeline. I'm going to shrink that fade in at the beginning, drag this over and snap it to that clip right there. And we're going to cut this off at the end of the clip right here. So I'm going to arrow over to the right until it goes to the out point. That's the end point of the next clip. Arrow to the left, and I'm on the out point, and I'm going to select the clip, hit Command B, and it will blade that. And now I select this and delete it. So now we can listen to this. Actually, that sounded pretty good at the volume it's at right now. But once again, you can do in point, out point, and then turn my loop on, which it already is, and now I can play and turn the volume up and down. And right there sounds pretty good. So I turn my loop off. I just keep it on pretty much all the time, and then when I set in and out points, it'll just loop that. If you want to get rid of those in and out points, you hit Option X and it clears the in and out points. That would be Alt X on a PC. Now, as I work on other tracks here, I can kind of collapse this a little bit and leave a little bit room below. I can grab this one and close it a little bit, but I would keep doing this throughout. And actually, let's grab this one, copy, move it over here, and paste it right there. And now I'm going to drag it over and lock it to the beginning. Let me get rid of that fade in there. We're going to drag this over and clip it onto right there and extend that. There we go. So now I've got, when it cuts back to the classroom, you'll hear that ambient noise of people talking again. Room tone, people talking out there in the hallway, and then we're going to cut when it goes to this outside thing there. So let's cut that off. Let's show you how you use the blade on 2 layers here. I'm gonna arrow over to the right, arrow over to the left. That's my out point right there. I'm gonna hit Command B and blade. Nothing is selected, so now it has cut both of those right there. I can select both of those and delete it. Once again, if you only have one selected, it's just going to cut that one, and it will not cut the other ones. So, but I wanted to cut both, so I'm going to deselect everything and just do Command B. Or it would be Control B on a PC, select those, delete them, and there we go.